This conference will now be recorded.
Hello friends, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, good evening, Dr. Jyoti.
Good evening,
Yeah, you're
Surbi. Thank
Hi,
you. How are
Madhu.
all you? Yeah, after a long time, I'm missing you all.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for keeping a session. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after a long time, sorry for this long break. But I'll try to, me and Dr. Mudula will try to do, take a regular sessions.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
will be
Actually,
great.
Yeah,
but
sure. Like, I am also missing you a lot.
that is, I think, regular small session is better because very 3-4 hours are difficult to concentrate. So 1 hour is good, and like reception will be also more.
Yes. I do understand, Madhu, but the way you people have got benefited, no? So I thought let's try this with
Mm-hmm.
a little bit larger group.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. So shall
I
we
have told
start?
also. Yeah.
Yeah, Madhu. You were saying something?
Actually, I have told my study partners also. They will also join.
Good. So I think we'll start. Today I'll be doing two cases. Okay, one from the labor delivery module and one from the maternal medicine. Okay, one case will be a little bit new. Yeah, let's start. Can I have Dr. Faiza? Dr. Faiza, are you good to do the first station? Dr. Faiza?
Yes, doctor, I am here, but right now I am on duty.
Okay, no worries, no worries.
Sorry,
Fine.
doctor.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Who else? Rehana, Dr. Rehana, are you there? Dr. Rehana, are you there? Dr. Aram Sabah?
Yes, doctor,
Hello.
I am here.
Yeah. Dr. Aram, are you good to do the station?
I don't know exactly which station will it be. If I think if I'm not very good to do the station, then I will just tell you. But as far as I'm free now.
I'm getting some background noise, Dr. Aram. I'm not able to hear you clearly.
Yeah, now is it fine?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So let's give a try. Anyway, this is a practice session. Okay, we are all there to help each other.
Like some sessions are
Yeah.
doing like they give half chance to the half candidate and half chance to the other candidate. So if you feel like this, that two people should do the same scenario, like half one candidate can do and half the other candidate can do also.
No, I will prefer that one candidate. No. I'll prefer that the one candidate will perform the whole station. Is it okay? Shall we move on then?
Yes, start.
Yeah. So this is your task, and your 2 minutes have also started. Okay. Once you read the first slide, let me know.
Okay.
Once you finish with the 2 minutes, I'll tell you Dr. Aram. Okay. Then we will start. Okay. This is the last slide. Fine. Arrange yourself. Dr. Aram, your 2 minutes have done. I'm starting your 10 minutes. You need to do something regarding the background noise.
Still background noise is coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some fan sound, I think.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Shall I start your 10 minutes?
Okay.
Great. Start. Please start.
Hi, Sarah Banana. I am Dr. Yansaba, one of the doctors on the duty today. And may I confirm your name and age, please?
Hello, doctor. I'm Sarah Brenner and I'm 30 years old.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Same here, doctor. Hello?
What may I call you, please, Sarah? Sarah is fine?
Yeah, doctor.
You can call me Sarah.
Okay.
So, Sarah, first of all, congratulations that you are pregnant now.
Thank you, doctor.
And I can see that you had been through a tough time in your past.
Yeah.
You had a long history of depression.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, Sarah. So, Sarah, can you tell me that what in your mind is the reason of the visit today and what we are supposed to discuss?
Yeah. So, doctor, I'm pregnant for the first time and I'm into 13 weeks of my pregnancy. As you can see from my notes, I've been suffering from the depression since long time and I'm taking this medicine which is mentioned in the case notes. But
Mhm.
I'm really worried about like whether this medicine is safe and how for my baby and how you will be able to help me with my safe pregnancy outcome. So I'm just here to know all those things.
Okay, Sarah. So we will answer all your questions, Sarah. But is it okay if I ask you a few more questions before we
Yes,
proceed?
absolutely. Yeah.
How you're feeling now? How is everything now? How is your mood? How is your depression? Is it under control?
Yeah. Yes, doctor.
You're, you're taking this medicine once daily, and it is controlling your mood.
Yes.
Okay, Sarah, can you tell me that this is your first pregnancy? Had you ever been? Is there any history of any miscarriage or anything in the past?
No, doctor.
And how is your partner? Is he supportive?
Yes, absolutely.
And what are you doing for a living?
Doctor, I'm an engineer.
And how like the work is stressful? It's fine.
No, actually, I've just since last 15 days I'm on a leave. Like, just wanted to know how my pregnancy will go, and then I'll decide about my work.
Okay, so you took a leave just for the sake of because now it's 13 weeks. So
Yeah.
or was there any other specific reason for taking a leave?
No, doctor. Just because I need to be very clear with this thing, my pregnancy.
Was this a planned pregnancy?
Though it is not a planned pregnancy, doctor, it is a welcome pregnancy, and I had a pre-pregnancy counseling. That means I had a talk with my psychiatrist doctor regarding the this that I wanted to have the baby. So he said that it's fine with this medicine. I can conceive.
Yes. And how is like do you feel low or at edge in the last few weeks?
No, doctor, I'm fine with this medicine.
Okay. And is there any other significant medical history of concern you'd like to share with me?
No, doctor, I'm fine.
Any surgeries in the past?
No,
Any significant family history of concern you would like to tell me, like anybody the family has depression, anything?
no, doctor, I'm the first sufferer.
Mhm. So sorry to hear that, Sarah, that you are suffering from this problem, but I reassure you that we will find the best possible solution for you and your baby, okay?
Okay,
Okay,
doctor.
coming to that, do you smoke or do you drink, Sarah?
No, doctor, I don't.
You have good social support also.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah. So coming to your medicine and your queries about this depression. So normally it's we are looking to patients in a multidisciplinary approach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
That
you will
means.
be taken care by a multidisciplinary team in which we will have the psychiatrist on board with us and the psychologist and the specialized midwife who will be taking care of you, who will be taking your counseling session in case you need, and you will go in a consultant-led unit. So you will be taking care of this. And as far as this is concerned, that about your medicine, Sarah, this is a quite safe medicine to work with me, and it has a minimal side effect that can happen to a person with this medicine. Although the other
Doctor,
medicine
Dr.
to cause.
Aram, you need to be little bit clear and little bit loud. This is the request from your friends.
Okay, so the medicine has no it doesn't cause any congenital problems, and though there is an increased risk of having some heart problems, but we will be screening for those heart problems as soon as the pregnancy progresses.
Yeah,
Okay.
doctor, what kind of heart problems like my baby may have because of this medicine?
I'm not very clear about the details of the heart problems, but as the medicine says that there might be some problems with the heart of the baby, but we will screen for those problems as soon as the pregnancy progresses.
Okay, so
Okay,
when
and
that will be done, doctor?
how so far has you gone through the hormonal test for the screening of the baby?
Yeah. You mean to say Down syndrome screening? Yes, doctor. I have given.
And
That
were you
is
taking
fine. Yeah.
and were you taking medicines on time, Sarah?
Yeah.
Folic acid you are taking on time. Okay.
Hmm.
So we will be booking you with the MDT team, and then on 20 weeks you will be getting a complete annually scan, and the heart scan also, which can show that if the baby is at risk of any problems, and I will put you in touch with the genetic counselors also, in case there is a problem and you need to know about the genetic details about the baby, genetic makeup of the baby. Am I clear so far?
Yeah.
The main problem that happens in this pregnancy is the relapse of the depression, and then the mood swings can happen. And for that, you will be in touch with the psychiatrist also, and you need to be taken cared for your for your relapse of the problem, and there might be a need for admission in the hospital also. Okay,
Yeah.
and
So,
the,
doctor, I have two questions. It's like as I said, I want to be very clear regarding my baby, how like whether there will be any risk. So, just wanted to ask you one thing. So, if there is any risk, I would like to stop the medicine, doctor. I'm fine since like last 8 to 10 months, doctor. I feel so that I'm fine. Even I think without medicine also I'll be able to do it.
Sarah, you already have a history that without this medicine you tried to you tried to stay without the medicine, and then at that time you had a problem and you had to be admitted to the hospital because there was a relapse of the condition. And Sarah, once the relapse of the condition happens, it's more dangerous for you. And facing the problems, because if we get to know that there is a chance of having any major malformations with the medicine, we can go for termination of the pregnancy. Before 20 weeks, we can go for termination of before 22 weeks, we go for termination of the pregnancy. But we need for you to be it's good for your safety that you need to be safe first, because the getting chance of getting malformation is less than 1% with this medicine. It's not that too much of the medicine is this medicine is causing too much of the malformations.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it, doctor. So
Okay.
one more thing, doctor. You said that my disease may worsen, my depression may worsen. So when it's likely to be? Because in spite of taking regular medicine, will it happen?
It can happen, Sarah, because in pregnancy the whole the body is behaving differently, and there is a chance of having more relapse of this condition sometimes in pregnancy. Not for all, but there's a one out of 100 like 30% chance of this is a problem to get aggravated. And in that case, with the we need to put you in touch with the psychiatrist, and he might need to increase your medicine or put you on a different medicine, which is a better medicine for you in that case.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
pregnancy is a very stressful condition. If in case you're not having good enough sleep, then also this condition can aggravate and the depression.
Okay. Fine.
So
Fine.
you will be cared for in pregnancy. There is no indication for any surgeries during the delivery. The delivery can be a normal delivery, and you will be kept in the hospital. And there's a small chance of having a more risk of baby blues, which is a type of problem which can happen after the pregnancy delivery, and the mother can be not able to take care of the baby. But we will help you out with this. We will help put you in touch with the
Time is done, dear.
I will give you patient information leaflets, and you can read more about it. And I will book the visit with the consultation also, and I will write back to your GP also about your details.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Iram. Well done. Yeah. So you will be appearing for the next attempt. That means this October-November session. Am I right?
Yes, but my fluoxetine knowledge was not much related.
No
I
worries.
think
I'm not, I don't have
that
any doubt about that. Please don't worry about that. I just asked because no, I need to the way because I'm judging myself like in which way I need to give the feedback. Is it from the proper of first basic thing or just the polishing thing? I was
I already
thinking that
did
that's why.
one, and now this
Yeah,
is the
doctor.
second.
This is your second attempt?
Yes, for the Viva.
No worries. No worries. Fine. No worries. Don't worry. I know this time definitely will be able to make it. Okay. Just little bit of hard work and your determination. That's it. What is required. Okay. Coming to well done. Dr. Enam, there are many good points you attempted in this station. Okay, overall you know how to attempt the station. The most important requirement of this station. See, are you able to see this history? This history is very important. That she had tried trial without antidepressant, and she had this history. Even so severe that if you would have asked me a little bit in detail, I would have told you that even I had an attempt of suicide. Okay, so that much severe history she had when she stopped with this thing, and now she is concerned about the baby. And I do mention that if it is risky to my baby, I'm ready to stop it again. So very important aspect of this station and patient safety is you need to reiterate again and again. That means literally you need to scare her that not to stop the medicine. Okay, and somewhere you do mentioned about the yet your priority is men, that the sentence what your priority mother is men. Okay, so yes, that also you need to reiterate the things. Okay, uh, how to go about this thing, because no I feel that I'll be taking you through the whole feedback like from the basic history template also. Okay, so introduction, Dr. Aram, it is very important. You should
I
be
am
very
muted
vigilant
myself
regarding your time.
because I think background is disturbing. So it's okay if I mute myself.
Yes, please. If you have any question, you can open your mic. Yeah. So see, I always say to my friends whom I help, no, that is the time factor is very important. Okay, you need to ask your question. They should be so much concise and so much appropriate that there should not be anything that you should not waste your time by asking those questions in some other way, or you are not asking properly. Okay, because you can't ask role player to cut short her history. Okay, she will talk whatever there is in her script that she need to talk. Okay, she can't cut short. You need to put your question in a proper and concise way. That is very important, and it starts from the introduction. Okay, so in the introduction, not to 2 or 3 times visit it is a Sarah Brenner and this thing. You can just say, hello, I'm Dr. Yenem, one of the senior doctors in whatever, one of the doctor in antenatal clinic today. So can I confirm your name? This is just my suggestion, what I have learned. Okay, the way to how we can save our time. Okay, so is this Mrs. Sarah Brenner? Okay, so then she will say okay. So can I see? So you have confirmed the name. Now you have to confirm age. Why to confirm name again? So you will just say, can I confirm your age, please? Okay, she will say 30. How can I call you? So don't waste your even 10 or 20 seconds in that. Okay, just to repeatedly asking how can I call you, is this Sarah? Okay, so that's what I feel little bit hazy starting. Then it is a station from the maternal module, this thing. So you must be knowing that how is that how the template of the maternal medicine will go. Okay, so once you finish with the introduction, you will address confirm the identity, how can I call you, and next step in the template will come the concern of the station. That means why she is here. Okay, so you know that the concern is there. So Sarah, I understand that you have been suffering, you are having you have been suffering from the depression since depression, and you are pregnant for the first time, and you are here for the booking visit. Am I right? Okay, so consent should be very short, and just so you need to confirm what is the purpose of this station. Okay, and then comes the agenda. So agenda is always covered in two steps. 1 second, just hold on, Dr. Arab. Yeah, so I was speaking about the agenda. So agenda is two types, two things you need to involve. One is your agenda, one is patient agenda. Your agenda means what you are going to do in this station, and patient agenda is what patient want. Okay, so you will say, Sarah, I understand. Sarah, yes, definitely, I'll help you. regarding your concern, okay, and we'll also talk about the safety of you, safety of this medicine also. But before that, I need to ask you a few questions, may need to examine you, and then we will talk in detail. And then at the end of the this thing, I'll give you the patient information leaflet and support group. If it is if this information is from the GP, please do mention that you will write back to your GP. Okay, so this constitutes the agenda. What you are going to do, what patient is going to do. Then comes the in the template. Next comes the history of present illness. So history of present illness should always start with the open question. Now, because this is a maternal medicine case, you need to divide history of present illness in two things. One is her condition, one is her pregnancy, right? Okay. So can you tell me more about your condition? This is either question you can ask first. Okay. So can you tell me more about your condition? So she will tell you since when she is suffering, with whom she is following, what medication she is taking, when was the last what do you say, relapse, okay, any admission, all those things. Okay, she will tell you. If she doesn't tell you, then you need to ask what all question you need to ask: when she is diagnosed, with whom she is following, what medication she is taking, when was the last follow-up, and when was the recent aggravation. Okay, so all those things you need to ask, and whether she is regular with her medication or not. Okay, and how is condition, well controlled or not. So these 5 or 6 questions will help you to know what is her what is the status of her medical condition. Coming to the second part of the history of present illness, that means pregnancy. Okay, so don't ask me that it is a spontaneous pregnancy. Ask again the open question: Sara, can you tell me more about your pregnancy? This pregnancy, she will tell you. Okay, so it is 13 weeks pregnancy. Test and investigations have been normal. Okay, because it will be there in the role players most of the time. Okay, and then once you finish with your this thing, what do you say, in the history of present illness, next comes the obstetric history, because it is an obstetric case. She has told you that it is a primary gravida, but I always say that don't ask that are you pregnant for the first time, exactly the way you ask Dr. Aram. So is there any history of abortions or miscarriage, you can say, miscarriage in the past. Okay, then comes the gynae history. So because it is like a booking visit, please do ask her about LMP. Please do ask about the smear. Does she used any contraception? How were her cycles? Okay, so these all things are important. After you finish with the gynae history, what comes the next? Now, next comes the past medical history, then past surgical history, past then medical history. Sorry, family history. Family history is very, very important. Just don't ask that any. Just don't ask. Put the question that is there any history of concern in your family. Show your applied clinical knowledge to your examiner. Say that, Sara, is there any history of similar problems in your family, like your mother or your own sister? Because you want to rule out how much high risk she is. Okay, because first degree relative having this history is very, very high risk for her. That's why you want to know. Always try to show your applied clinical knowledge to the examiner. Then once you finish with that, we have to go past medical history. Then it is very important to ask about the addictions and this thing, as you did. Okay, then coming to the next skill, support, and what does she live, what she does now. Then BMI, blood group, and any concerns for the blood transfusion and allergy, because it is like a booking visit, dear. That's why I'm saying. Otherwise, if it is like a little bit advanced pregnancy, then you would ask only focus question. Fine. Apart from this, it is very important to assess how she is now, mentally she is now. Okay, so so though she tells you that this depression was like since 10 months she is settled in this thing, you need to ask those Woolies question to assess whether she had now also has any symptoms. Okay, so that's why you need to take her mental history also, the way we take in a regular things. Regular history template. Okay, this finishes with your history template. Then always it is a wiser approach to say that do you want to add something else, or if you want to have time, you can just enumerate the positive find.
What questions we should ask exactly?
Okay, so you know what are the Woolies questions? 3 questions. So how have you been feeling about yourself lately? Are you feeling in the last few days? Are you feeling hopeless or feeling down? And third question is loss of interest in the activities which she used to enjoy. So these are the 3 questions you need to ask. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah, fine. I want somebody with the number 1. If they can write their number, it will be fine to communicate. Somebody with the number 1, they have joined the meeting. Okay, fine. So now just you finish with the till summarization. Then in your template next comes the examination. Okay, so just do mention that because it is almost like a booking visit. So Sarah, I'd like to examine you just to note down your pulse rate, heart, blood pressure, heart rate, and also to measure your BMI, or you can choose height and weight ratio. Okay, then comes the you will be talking about the what is the management. So as you if you can keep this maternal medicine template, the first thing which we usually talk in the management part is what is the effect of pregnancy on the that disorder, and what is the effect of that disorder on the pregnancy. But she is very concerned about the this medication also. Okay, that also you need to tackle into this. So how we will start with your management. The first sentence should be always reassuring. Sarah, most of the women do well. Let me reassure you that most of the women do well with this condition. Okay, but yes, there are the few things which you need to know. Okay, related to your baby and also to you. Okay, so first of all, Sarah, yes, there are the chances that that the baby may have little affection related to this medicine which you are taking. So tell me, Dr. Aram, see the baby with the fluoxetine, baby will not have any anomaly had problem. Okay, what is the problem with the fluoxetine? It is a primary pulmonary hypertension. It is a persistently raised pulmonary hypertension. Okay, and you can't do anything in the pregnancy period to assess that. It will be only judged after the delivery, and these are very rare. It is mentioned as
Cardiac problem.
no, I'm not saying cardiac problem. I'm saying the cardiac anomaly. Okay, there will be no cardiac anomaly, but they will have the persistent primary pulmonary hypertension. Okay, so that is the problem. But there is a no screening test. You can't do TIFA. Sorry, you can't do echo and this thing, and you can find out that whether this baby will have this thing or not. Okay, so that's why that thing will be done if baby has any problem or the baby shows any problem after delivery. Okay, and the baby doctor will take care of it.
Where to exactly read this from?
I'll post the things. Yeah, once I finish with the class in our general group, I'll post the things. Okay. See, now you have to explain. As I said that this baby may have the primary pulmonary hypertension. But yes, Sarah, there are some chances that baby may have raised pressure in the vessels of the lung. Okay, but the chances are very less. Okay, but the chances are very less. Okay, so you have reassured that yes, baby may have the things. You are honest. You are ensured that. But the immediate next thing you need to reassure or reiterate is not to discontinue the medication because of it. But Sarah, okay, but Sarah, the advantages or the benefits of continuing the medications are far more whenever compared to the risk which it may carry to your baby. Okay, so why so? Why so? See, so you need to explain because she stopped the fluoxetine and she had that severe depression attack. Okay, so you need to explain her. Suppose Sarah, okay, suppose Sarah, if you are if you stop this medicine, okay, you will again have the relapse of the depression. Okay, you will have a relapse of the depression, and that will affect your baby's growth inside, or the baby's growth inside will suffer. Blood flow also will suffer because Sarah, your mood, your appetite, and your sleep habits, these are also very important for good flourishing of the baby inside your womb. Okay, if she doesn't eat well, if she doesn't sleep well, these all things going to affect her baby, though it is not directly causing the any congenital this thing. Got it? So first of all, what you have did in the management, your first sentence should be that you will, most of the women do well, Sarah. Okay, regarding the fluoxetine, there is a very rare concern. What is the concern? That the pressures in the lung vessels of the lung may be increased, but it is a very rare, and the risk is very low as compared to the advantages it is giving. Suppose Sarah, if you stop medicine, then again you will may have the attack of the depression, and that may affect, or the baby's growth inside will suffer, blood flow will suffer, your mood, your appetite, and your sleep habit, they are all important for the good flourishing of the baby inside your womb. Okay, a happy mother or happy mother can deliver, only happy mother will be able to deliver happy baby. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, and if you stop the medicine, okay, if you stop the medicine, it may affect your baby to the extent such as, and if you get the depression attack, it may affect your baby to such an extent that it may affect your pregnancy very seriously, where you might lose your pregnancy also. Okay, don't know like what will happen. We may need to use stronger medicines, okay, and they may not be that much safe as compared to the fluoxetine. This is the way. It is a very important that the patient should not stop this antidepressant in her pregnancy. That is the way. This, by saying these 4 or 5 lines, you are reiterating the things, okay, that she should not stop. Okay, so this is the part where you have convinced her that it is very important to continue the medication. Okay, now you have to take her through the journey of her pregnancy. I'm very happy you use word MDT, but in the MDT, along with the regular things, dear, your obstetric consultant, you, GP, specialist, midwife, and that perinatal mental health people, along with that, her family also needs to be involved in her care. Got it? Okay. And then joint, as I said, this joint medical, that thing will be the first thing. Okay.
Is there any disease for GTM in fluoxetine taking people? Disease for GTM, so
Yes.
we have to do it earlier. I think I read somewhere.
Aram, your voice is not clear, dear.
Any increased risk of gestational diabetes, so we need to do OGTT earlier.
I don't think so. But I'll confirm, and if it is there, I'll post. Okay. Because when I prepared the station, nowhere I could find this. Okay. Then, yes, shall I move on? Okay. So during pregnancy, yes, as you said, you will be booked under consultant layer care unit. Joint medical care will be taken for her. And during pregnancy, your additional care will be taken by asking you at during pregnancy, additional care will be taken at each visit by asking you evidence-based question. Okay, evidence-based question to assess your mental well-being. Okay, we call it as an Woolley's question. Okay, if 2 of these questions if turns positive, you might need further referral to the specialist. Okay, so in each visit you will see whether now also she is at risk of developing any signs or symptoms she is developing in spite of the medicine. Okay, then and I told you that what will be these questions, these 3 questions. Okay, then your this consultant led care unit and this thing, all those things like anomaly scans, she has to continue with the if required folic acid and her pregnancy medication, that is fine. Okay, regular follow-up will be there with her specialist, that is fine. Okay, nothing much extra into the antenatal thing. Labor also, she can have a vaginal delivery, cesarean section is not an indication for. Now it is very important to talk about the postpartum period. So Sarah, this is the period once you get delivered, this is the period where you can have the high chance of the developing of these symptoms, or you may relapse again in spite of the medicines also. So we will be providing you vigilant monitoring. We will be also providing in support in this with the help of the specialist. And if you develop any relapse or any symptoms, you will be managed in a mother baby unit where your baby will be with you. Okay, where your baby will be with you. Apart from that, friends, before I forget, in the antenatal management, you said that joint care will be there. You will assess her, then routine care like routine OGCT and pregnancy, this thing she needs to continue. Apart from that, give her some general measures. Okay, so Sarah, it is very important for you to maintain the healthy state of your mind, to follow certain things. Okay, we called it as sleep hygiene. So general lifestyle measures. Okay, so try to avoid not to not to stay awake till late night. Okay, try to avoid coffee after 5 p.m. Try to avoid screens after 8 p.m. Okay, you can engage yourself in a slight exercises, and also try to engage yourself in a social activity. So this is the thing which is called as a sleep hygiene, which is given in that top. Okay, so this is also you need to mention in antenatal care. We were talking about the postpartum care, which we said, where we said that this is a high risk period and you may relapse, and if and we will vigilantly monitor you, and if anything happen, with the help of the specialist and MBU, we will be managing it. Do say that with this medication that breastfeeding is also safe. Okay, At the end, provide her with the 24 hours contact number. This is a very important thing because she is a case of the mental health disorder. That's why you need to provide her with the 24-hour contact number, and also provide a follow-up appointment with the consultant. Consultant also needs to see her, okay? And then give the patient information leaflet. Support group is bipolar UK, okay, for this kind of the patient, okay? And then you can just ask her whether she has any concern, and you can end your station. Got it?
Thank you
So
so much.
it try to, thank you. So it try to be fixed in any maternal medicine. That template should be there in your mind. Okay. So like once in the history of present illness, can you tell me more about the condition? Can you tell me more about your pregnancy? So these things needs to be there.
In any booking visit, we have to ask about the BMI, blood group, any allergies, any risk,
Booking visit is everything. Dr. Aaron, booking visit is everything.
We have to ask about the BMI, blood group, any allergies, any concerns for blood transfusions.
Yes. Booking blood visit is everything. Yeah.
Hello.
Hope it is. Yeah. 1 second.
Hello, Dr.
Dr. Ripple. Dr. Ripple,
Yes.
just wait for 1 second. Wait for one. Let me ask Dr. Aram whether it is clear for her, and then I'll take everybody's question. Okay. So Dr. Aram, hope it is hopeful. Any question in this?
Thank you so much, Dr. Jyoti. Very clear now.
Great. Okay. Dr. Ripple, please come up with your question.
Can you repeat about sleep hygiene? What is that?
Yeah, sleep hygiene, it is nothing but the green box which is given in the talk postpartum psychosis. So it is nothing but she has to follow some general health measures, lifestyle measures, so that her mind state should be always good. So she should not wake up till late. Okay. Then coffee should be avoided after 5 p.m. Screens like mobile and this thing should be avoided after TV after 8 p.m. Okay. She can engage herself in a slight exercises. Even she can engage in exercise, and even she can engage herself in a social activity. So it will all in all will help her to maintain her what do you say, mental health. Okay, the good condition of mind. That's why.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so apart from this, friends, see, in the perinatal mental health, you need to know few important things. Okay, how can this what do you say, this subject can come in an exam? It can be a SPT or it can be a structured discussion also. Okay, so what is important? So one is this thing which we have covered. The second is about the lithium. You need to know. Most of the time the role play station will be there where she is taking the lithium and how to manage the lithium. So your NICE guideline will help you with that. Okay, second important thing is you need to know the red flag sign. The red flag signs which are given in the talk are insufficient. You need to read those red flag signs from the strategy. The other important topic for this which you need to know, especially for the structured discussion, is what are the indication for the referral for the perinatal mental health care. That is very important. Okay, so these all things you need to important. I'll just share with you like from where I prepared this topic. Is first is NICE guideline. I feel that is very much generalized, and that doesn't give a good idea except the lithium thing. Second is strategy is very helpful. Okay, and third is talk. Okay, and even so few patient information leaflet. I'll try to find out the good patient information leaflet and I'll post in the same group. Okay, and regarding the drugs and medicines also I'll post. Hope it is clear with everybody. Anybody has any question?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, Rajni. Yeah.
Ma'am, when there's a like if she's admitted in the mothers and the baby unit, so somewhere I read that like I knew that the baby is kept with her, but somewhere I read that the baby should not be kept with her because if she has some a killing like she might kill the baby. So I wanted to clarify that is the baby kept with her or the baby is kept separately?
Yeah, so mother baby unit, no. So no, if the mother develops this tendency, dear, like the harm and this thing, no, then baby need to be kept somewhere in, because I also remember that I also read this thing, but only if the severe disease. Okay, only in the case of the severe disease. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Good. Any question? Good. Okay. So you need to do red flag signs and refer for the perinatal mental health care from strategy. Okay. Good. So if everybody is fine, shall I move to the next station? Friends, at least you can type in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, can sertraline be used?
I will post each and every drug's safety, all these things. Okay. You can just confirm with that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next station is from labor and delivery module. Any volunteer for this station? Any volunteer for this station? Those who have not performed with me previously. I can see somebody with the Abi Salman. Those who are not performing in the free sessions, even with the other mentors, they can take the chance. Dr. Christian, Dr. Shagufta, Dr. Ima, anybody? Fozia,
Okay, doctor, I'll perform.
who is this? Shagufta?
Yeah.
Shagufta, no?
Yes, Shagufta.
Yeah, Shagufta, this is your station. So hope you have not got the chance in other free sessions also with other mentors. Shagufta?
Yes, Dr. Jyoti.
Yeah, you have not performed with the other mentors also, because I just wanted to make other people to speak. That's why I'm asking new people to speak.
If you want, I can
If
perform.
you have done with the other mentors,
Yes, a few.
okay. If Sunita, have you done with the other mentors? Friends, see, this is a just practice session. Okay, it is nothing like unless and until you speak up, no, nothing is going to help. Okay, applied clinical knowledge is not like you must know. Okay, but it is very important to have the practice. Okay, so if any new can start do, Rajani, you are doing for the first time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Rajani, take this station, dear. Inas, you could have speaked up previously only. Okay, next station will definitely consider. So Rajani, this is your station, dear.
Oh.
Yeah, this is your station. Okay. Once you read the first slide, let me know. Your 2 minutes time have also started.
Yes, ma'am. Next slide.
Rajni, all the information, see, if you read the station, nothing is given in the station. So all the information you will get in the station while talking to the role player. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Once 2 minutes are done, I will tell you.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, everything I have to take in the history because nothing is just that she's admitted in the maternity unit.
Yes, some station can be in this form also. I exactly copied from one book. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Next page. Ma'am, next.
This is the last slide.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Next.
Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, dear. Please start.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Hello, I'm Dr. Rajni, one of the doctors in the maternity unit today. Can I confirm your name and age, please?
Doctor, I'm Sarah Brenner and I'm 28.
Okay, Sarah, nice to meet you. Can you tell me how can I help you today?
Doctor, I don't know what has happened. This is my first pregnancy, doctor. I am into 29 weeks of my pregnancy and I have noticed sudden gush of water just 4 hours back, doctor.
Okay, sorry about it. So before 4 hours you were completely normal.
Yeah, doctor. Since 2
Okay.
hours, I'm feeling my tummy is also getting tightened, doctor.
Okay. So how has is there any smell of the water?
No, it's just like a watery thing.
Okay. So does it have like, is it sticky in consistency or it is free flowing?
Doctor, it is a free flowing, but just half an hour before when I went to washroom, I observed some bloody slimy thing.
Okay. Okay. And how has been your baby movements?
Yeah, Dr. Lisa is kicking well.
Okay. Okay. So is there any blood also coming in the
No,
discharge?
I am not. No, doctor, I have not noticed any blood, but that was little slimy, bloody, bloodstained thing I felt.
Okay. So how has been your pregnancy so far? Like, how has been
Doctor,
your
everything
baby?
was yes. Doctor,
How has
everything
been
is
your?
fine. This is my
Okay.
first pregnancy, doctor. I'm into 29 weeks. My all investigations and scan are fine, doctor. Nothing is there. Really don't know from why this is happening.
Okay. Mm, so are you following with your GP for any of the conditions?
Doctor, just wait. Uh, uh, you, you can continue, doctor.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have did you have surgeries anytime before?
No.
Is there any family history of concern which you would like to mention?
Nothing, doctor. Everybody is fine.
Okay. So a few personal questions, like, do you smoke?
No.
Do you take alcohol?
No.
Are you allergic to any medications or anything else?
No, doctor.
Do you take any recreational drugs?
No.
Okay. So has your spears been updated?
Yes, doctor. One has been done
When was it done?
when I was 25.
Okay. And like in the past 4 weeks, have you felt low or not feeling to do any of the activities?
No, doctor. I'm fine now. Now only I'm feeling a little bit anxious, doctor.
Okay. So do you know of your weight height ratio?
Doctor, it is 18.
Okay. So would it be okay for you, Sarah, if I examine you in the presence of a chaperone and the sister will take your blood pressure and pulse?
Yeah. So, Rajani, upper abdomen findings are uterus is corresponding to the weeks of gestation. Fetal heart are good. Then she is having 1 to 2 moderate contractions of moderate intensity every 10 minutes. Okay, and presentation is breech. Okay, fetal heart is fine. Per vaginal findings are she is almost 80% effaced, 2 centimeter. Presentation is breech. Membranes are absent.
Ma'am, 1 minute. What is the per vaginal findings?
80% effaced, 2 centimeter.
Okay.
Membranes are
And how?
absent. Liquor is clear. Station is
Okay.
still little bit high up. Little bit high.
Okay. So Sarah, what I examine when I've examined you, it appears to me that you are in like labor. So we will offer you admission. Would
Doctor,
it be
I'm
okay
just
for you?
29 weeks, doctor. That means Lisa is going to get delivered, doctor. She's just 29 weeks.
Yes, I can understand your concerns, but we need to admit you, and because you are having labor pains as of now, so we need to admit you and monitor you. And if we see that the labor does not progress or stops, then we might be able to discharge you. But as of now, we will have to offer you admissions for the well-being of Lisa as well as you. Would it be
What you
okay
will
for
do
you?
for Lisa, doctor?
So we'll monitor her. We'll have an ultrasound scan done for her, and we'll give some injections so that if you go into labor, the lung of Lisa is mature. Am I clear so far, Sarah?
Yeah, doctor. Doctor, and do you have all the facility? If Lisa gets delivered, if she is ready to get delivered, do you have all the facilities?
Ma'am, nothing has been told about the hospital setting I am in.
Okay, whatever you want to say, or you can skip the question and you can move on.
Ma'am, I don't know like what is the
What else?
setting.
What else management you want to do?
So if she goes into so I'll monitor her with her
Rajani, we are still in that role, okay? Role player in this thing. You are still, I'm still your patient.
Okay, Sarah. So we'll be monitoring your we'll be monitoring your pulse and temperature and the contractions and see how you progress. Am I clear so far, Sarah?
Okay. Anything else you will give me, doctor, if Lisa gets any infection or this thing?
Yes, and I'll give you some antibiotics, and if and I'll give you some injections to weaken to strengthen the heart of your of Lisa, and I will offer some blood investigations. Would it be okay for you, Sarah?
Okay, doctor. Doctor, somewhere you said that Lisa is bottom down. So can I have a vaginal delivery, or do I need to go for cesarean section?
It's right now. It's
Dr. Rajni? Hello? Hello, Dr. Rajni? Am I audible, friends? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
You're
You are audible.
Not audible.
Okay, I think.
Anybody else can continue the management part, I think.
No, we'll wait for her for 30 seconds. It won't matter. Just wait for her.
hello. Hello.
Yes, Dr. Rajni,
Hello.
you are audible now.
So, ma'am, till where have you heard?
We were talking about the cesarean section, dear.
Yes.
Do I need cesarean section?
Yes, Sarah. So, Lisa is bottom first. So we'll see how you progress. So if there is a early labor, so in that case, we will go for the normal delivery.
Okay.
And your baby would be like seen by a pediatrician, since it would be like a early delivery. So baby would be seen by a pediatrician, and that's all.
Yeah. Even just last 10 seconds. Close your station. You will offer her something.
So I can give you the patient information leaflets, and you can go through it, and I'll advise you admission as of now.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor. Rajni, done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, Rajni, no one. That's why I always said that new candidate should perform. No, so once you perform, no, you only feel that zeal to practice and this thing. That's why it is very important. Anyway, how well perform, or if you make any mistake, that doesn't matter, because it is just a practice session. Okay, we are all here to help each other. Okay, so fine, Rajni, don't worry about that. Okay, and I am here to help you whatever I have learned. Okay. So let's move to this station. So have you got it, Rajni? That after entering in the station, you got to know that she is a case of PPRO with 20. That means preterm labor with 29 weeks of gestation, ruptured membrane. Yeah. So this is the this is her thing. Okay. So nothing is given in this station. Even they said that the examination finding you will get in the flow of the station. Okay, some patient who the Sarah Brenner, who is admitted in the maternity unit, and midwife has just asked you to see. You don't have any information. So what all relevant information you just need to ask her. Okay. So how you go, how to go about this station. Okay. So first the introduction. Yes, it is fine that you said. I'm very happy that the way you said that I'm one of the senior doctor in maternity unit today. Is this Sarah Brenner? How can I call you? Okay, confirm age also. Okay, whenever the concern is not clear. Okay, whenever nothing is written, always a wiser approach. How can I help you, Sarah? Okay, this is always a wiser approach. Even I do say, even in the angry patient, you must be known to that station, angry mother station, where you have prescribed OCP to her daughter, and where you feel that that how to start. Okay, so there also it is always a wiser approach to say how can I help you. Okay, so this is an open question. Then she will say that what she is, that she's preterm, that 29 weeks primary, and she has noticed this gush of water. So see, Rajni, it is very important to have some of the basics very strong. Okay, history template is very important. That gives you like what do you say, you will also be very much satisfied, and that gives your presentation a structured this thing. Okay, that's why it is very important. So always start with the introduction, confirmation of the patient identity, how can I call you, concern, then agenda. Okay, so you came to know that she is about because PPRM and she is here. Okay, so agenda, that is the concern. So now you have to speak about the agenda of the station. So yes, definitely, Sarah, I will help you, but before that I need to ask you few questions. May need to examine you, we may need to run some tests, and then I'll help you how we can go ahead with your condition. Okay, at the end maybe I'll be provided with the patient information leaflet also. Okay, so this is the agenda. Coming to the history of present illness. So she told you that she had noticed this gush of water. Okay, so you need to again ask the open question. Sarah, can you tell me more about this event you have noticed? So she will tell you. So what information in the history of present illness you want? So regarding the PPRO, one is since when she is having this thing. Okay, what is the color? Is it smell or any particular smell? Any bleeding? Okay, that also you need to know. So what we have learned, no, history of present illness is always why we take the history of present illness to come to a differential diagnosis. You just know that some water is coming from downhill. So what it is to confirm that, to rule out that various differential diagnosis, we take the history of present illness, and also to know what may be the cause of her presenting condition. Okay, so that's why we take the history of present illness, and related to those all the question you need to include in the history of present illness. So what all you going to ask? Since when she is having, what is the color? Okay, is there any smell, does she noticed any bleeding? Okay, apart from that, how is the baby movement? She said Lisa. Okay, so once she says the Lisa, address her baby with that name. Don't say repeatedly that your baby. Okay, Lisa. Okay, that gives a good impression regarding the communication with the patient. Okay, how is Lisa kicking inside? Okay, so apart from that, what all question you want to know? Sarah, is there any history of fever? Is there any foul smelling discharge from down below? Okay, Sarah, is there is any tummy pain which is increasing on touching the tummy? That means you want to know about the tenderness. Okay, do you feel that your heartbeat is running faster? These are the all the red flag signs which you are asking about, which is very important. Okay. Then apart from this, what can be the other causes of the preterm labor or this PPRM? She may land up with this condition. That's why you need to take some more information also by asking her, Sarah, may I know in any time your midwife or your consultant has been mentioned that Lisa, you are carrying more water around the Lisa? Is there any history of trauma to your tummy? Okay, are all the scans are normal? Okay, so these are the some causes which you want to rule out related to the preterm labor. Okay, so this needs to be included in the history of present illness. Hope I am clear. Okay, apart from that, please do ask about any problem with her water work also. Repeated urinary tract infection also may land up into this condition. Okay, so one important thing before I forget, see, in between I mimicked that I'm having pain. Okay, I'm getting contractions. Okay, so you must be knowing that you need to make the patient comfortable before you continue on the station. Okay, so see, but the what important point you need to keep in mind is this is a preterm lady. For the term patient who is laboring, okay, in your station, you will say, okay, Sarah, you are doing well. Take a deep breath. Good, good. Okay. Once the contraction gone, let me know. Okay. So this is the way you will talk to the term laboring patient. Regarding the preterm laboring patient, you will say, I've just called my midwife. She will give you some safe pain relief. Once you are comfortable, let me know, Sarah. Okay. For the preterm patient, please don't say you are doing good. Okay. Take a deep breath and this thing. Okay. As if you are encouraging the contractions. Okay. That need not be done. Just you must be knowing this, but just to reiterate the things. Okay. So where we were that in the history of present illness. So got it? What all questions you need to ask this regarding this preterm labor? One is everything about the discharge. Since when? Okay, what is the color? Is it smelling? Any other foul smelling discharge? Any bleeding? How is the baby movement? Okay, any fever? Okay, any tenderness, abdominal tenderness? Okay, then any problem with the water work? This problem with the water work? Do also ask about the scans. Does the scan shows any abnormality? And also ask about the any history of trauma. Okay, so this completes your history of present illness related to her condition, with the problem with which she has come. In the same go, please do ask her in the history of present illness. If you are not covered in your question, that how can you tell me more about your pregnancy, like all the investigations and this thing, whether it is spontaneous or any IVF conception. With that she will come up. Okay, then other history template. In the other history template, because she is 29 weeks of pregnancy, already she is 29, not to ask LMP, but that even if you skip on that, that is fine. While talking about the smear, rather than asking me smear, whether my smear I have followed with my smears or not, what question you can ask is whether she had undergone any procedure on the neck of her womb for any abnormal smears. Okay, because that may also contribute to her problem. Okay, then complete with the past medical history, past surgical history, family history, and other history template. Do please specifically ask about the support is also very important. She is just 29 weeks laboring. Okay, so that's why it is support is also very important. And complete your information gathering. Once you do, the next step is summarization. Okay, summarization. Do you want to add anything? Okay, or take the positive points and ask her she wants to add anything. Then coming to the examination. So Sarah, I would like to examine. So here you got to know that she is like 2 centimeter, 80% if and it is a breach. Okay. This all information and liker is clear. Okay. Now what you need to do, you have examined her. If you say want to say further some blood test, yes, you can say that full blood count and this thing you want to do. And also regarding the baby, you can do the CTG. That test you can do. Now coming to the explanation of the diagnosis. So this is very important. These are the steps what we will perform in every station. Okay. Now coming to the explanation of diagnosis. Dr. Rajni, she just 29 weeks. Yeah, primary 29 weeks. Okay. Do you think that this is a good news for her, that she is having this PPRM and she's in a labor? It is not a very good news for her, and this news may somewhere disturb her. Okay. So it is always in any station, if you feel that is not a really good news, it is always, though you are not doing the proper steps of breaking bad news, please do ask, Sarah, do you alone into this unit hospital today? Do you want somebody with you? She will ask why. So Sarah, maybe that I'll be giving you a lot of information. That's why it is always a good communication with the patient, that domain. Okay, you will get a good mark. Okay. Then coming to the diagnosis, explanation of the diagnosis. So she is in a preterm labor, Dr. Rajni. How you are going to explain her in a patient language? You will say, Sarah, I'm afraid that the wetting you are having is actually the water around the Lisa. Okay, because the bag of water has been broken, and which is leading to, she's also getting contractions. Okay, so which is leading to the regular contractions of your womb, so causing softening and opening of the neck of your womb. Okay, we call it as a preterm labor. So this is the way you are also showing your role, this examiner, that I know like how to explain the preterm labor and what exactly it is. Okay. So hope it is clear till the explanation of the diagnosis. Okay. After saying that, she will obviously show some reaction. As I said, no, Dr. Lisa is just 29 days. So you can just appreciate that her emotion by saying something like, I can understand your anxieties, Eliza, but please don't worry, we are there to help you. Okay. So this is the way you can appreciate her emotions. Coming to the management part. So every management should always start with the MDT. Okay. So Sarah, as I have explained you, that is you are pregnant for the first time, and you are into labor. So you will be managed in a team of doctor. Okay. So who all will be there? Your consultant will be there, and most importantly, baby doctor will be involved. Okay. While talking about in this MDT, while talking about the baby doctor, just little bit explain what is the role of this baby doctor. Okay, because I came up with the question, do you have the facilities and this thing? Okay, so you don't know you have the facilities or not, but you definitely you will have the baby doctor and he will help you. Okay, so what you are going to say her? So Sarah, so first of all, Sarah, you will be cared in a team of the expert doctor where me, my consultant and baby doctor will be involved. Okay. So specifically, I need to speak to the baby doctor. Okay. Regarding the availability of the NICU bed, NICU bed, and also to what extent he can provide support to the Lisa. Okay, to what extent, you don't know how much well equipped your what do you say, NICU it is. So regarding that, you want to talk to him. Okay. Because if the Lisa, if your labor pains doesn't stop, okay, and if Lisa is ready to get delivered, she may need some support. Okay, she may need some further support. That's why I need to talk to the baby doctor regarding the availability of the NICU bed, and also to what extent they will be able to provide support to the Lisa. Okay, the same thing will convey to you. Otherwise, I can fix an appointment with the baby doctor, so that you will be also able to talk to him, and he can address your concern. Okay, so in the MDT, please do little bit talk about the neonatologist also. The first thing which you are going to do, dear, okay, after the admission, yes, you will say that you will admit admission, you are going to give her steroid. That is very important. Okay, so you need to explain her what is the role of the steroid and why it is important. Okay, so Sarah, any baby who delivers early may not have properly developed lung as compared to the advanced pregnancy. Okay, so we need to give you an injection in your buttock to make, okay, to make Lisa's lungs stronger. Okay, and that same dose will be repeated after 24 hours. Hmm? Okay, suppose one more important thing, suppose she is getting contraction, so clinically it is always wise, okay, this because in the examination finding it is mentioned that she is getting contraction and you are giving her the steroid dose. So I can see that your because you are getting contractions or you are getting the pains also. So that's why it is to make your womb relax. We will offer you tablet which we call as a nifedipine, okay, to relax your womb. Okay, and routine antibiotic also you will give in any preterm this thing. So to prevent you from getting infection, I will also prescribe you antibiotic which we call as an erythromycin, which you need to take for the 10 days. Okay, so this is the routine management, dear, you need to do for the every patient. But suppose, okay, you will see and watch her after giving this treatment, you see and watch for her progress. But if the labor pain doesn't stop, okay, if the labor pain doesn't stop, you need to move ahead and do some management. Okay, so suppose Sarah, if you do not respond to this treatment and your labor pain, if you are not able to stop your labor pain, and if you feel that the Lisa is ready to get delivered, then we may need to give you one injection which we call as a magnesium sulfate, so that it will prevent injury to the Lisa's brain. Apart from that, to prevent Lisa from one of the important infection from one of the important bug which we call as in group B streptococci, we will offer you antibiotic prophylaxis. Okay, so these are the two things. Apart from that, Sarah, if you progress in the labor or if we are not able to stop your labor pain, as we after examination I can see that Lisa is bottom first. Okay, so evidence says that, okay, evidence says that babies with the Lisa gestational age or the period of pregnancy, this Lisa gestational age, if they are bottom first and if they deliver vaginally, okay, they get deliver vaginally, they may have problem. Okay, they may have problem especially regarding to the delivery of their head. Okay, so if you progress, we may need to talk about assess the need for cesarean section. Okay, we will definitely talk to you if that any concerns or any need arises. That time will along with my consultant definitely talk to you. Okay, whether she wants, you will explain her the both pros and cons, cesarean section and vaginal delivery, and according to that she will decide. Okay, so now you have said all the thing, like routine thing what you want to do. If she progress, what do you want to do? Okay, you have admitted her, then it is very important, this is a patient safety point, that you need to explain her red flag signs. Okay, so Sarah, I'll ask my midwife to give you a pad. Okay, please do repeatedly check your pads. Okay, anytime if you feel that the discharge which is coming, or the water you are getting is turning green or bloody, or if you have any foul smell from the down, or foul smell from down below, also if you are running any fever, if you are feeling your heartbeat running faster, or if you are feeling increasing tummy pain that increases or aggravates on touch, please let us know. No, these may be the signs that you are landing up in a complication. Okay, a complication of infection. So this way you have explained her red flag signs. So always keep one thing in mind, any patient whenever any patient has come in the emergency, you are not just going to attend her and leave. Okay, that thank you for saying thank you for your time. Any patient in emergency, be it a post-op or any ectopic in emergency, anything, you will come and review her. Okay, so that's why the same you need to convey to her. Okay, so once you finish with all these things, ask her, Sarah, do you have any concerns? Do you want anything me to explain? Okay, so if she has any concerns, please do answer that. Okay, how we are going to end this session? Sarah, I'm here on the duty today. Okay, I need to talk to my consultant and also baby doctor. My midwife will be there with you. If you have any concern, please feel free to call me. Okay, please feel free to call me. Sarah, this is the patient information leaflet. Meanwhile, you can go through that. It will give you whatever information we just now talked. Okay, and also if you want to hear to somebody's experience, we have the support group which we call the support group name is Little Hearts. Okay, Little Hearts. Okay, so you can also hear through the experiences of the moms who have suffered the way you have. Okay, and then I'll come and review you with my consultant. Okay, and then you end your station. Dr. Rajani, this is what I wanted to convey.
Ma'am.
Yeah, Rajani, any questions?
Yes. No, ma'am.
Good. Anybody has any question?
Hello,
Yeah, Anjali.
Doctor. Doctor. Good
Yeah,
evening.
yeah.
Thank you for the great session. Just wanted to ask doctor, whenever we offer
Huh.
tocolysis, we in routine we have always mentioned that contraindication is membrane structured.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
here, would we offer her tocolysis if we don't want to transfer her somewhere, and if the unit is itself equipped, then in that case,
Yeah.
what's your
Still,
opinion?
I don't know. I feel that because she is getting contraction, no, she's, as you said, seen that she is 80% efficient, 2 centimeter. It is always a wiser approach to give at only till the till she gets the steroid thing. Only, and because she doesn't
Okay.
have any signs of infection.
Okay. And doctor, in this station, we do need to talk about the blood test repetition also now, because she'll be coming for her TLC and CRPs like every 3 days. Is that so in the follow-up? Because if we are sending her
You
home,
can, yes, you can add to that. Yes, you can add to that. But as we have, maybe we have seen clinically, no, Dr. Anjali, 2 centimeter,
yeah,
80% if we don't know till how much time we will be able to prolong her.
yeah, doctor. But
Like
we can tell her that we'll be taking these blood tests just to see
have
that
the time
there's no
to,
infection within you. And
yeah,
if it,
how to
yeah,
monitor.
okay, doctor.
Yes,
Yes. Okay,
So,
doctor.
Dr.
Thank you so
Jyoti,
much.
yeah, Dr. Jyoti, may I ask one question, please?
yes, yes, yes.
Dr. Jyoti, I wanted to ask, as patient was in labor and she was continuously like not comfortable, in that case, are we supposed to continue with our history, or should we offer that you should take some like bad, offering some bad, or giving her medication first, then going further with further history?
Yeah. That is the way, because Rajni was not very well versed. Once I mimic the pains, no, you need to ask me that you need to say the same thing, that I have just called my midwife and she will give you the pain relief. Once you are comfortable, let me know so that I will be able to continue. Okay, so this you need to take permission from the patient, and most of the time your role player will not take your much time, but it is very important to make the patient comfortable. Okay, so that is also patient safety, communication, all those things come in the under. It is very important to make the patient comfortable. Don't say I will give you bed and this thing. Okay, that is not the this thing. If any oxygen, suppose any emergency case and oxygen is dropping, then you do the initial things and afterwards. But for this is just a pain relief, and if she is comfortable, you can talk. But please do say this sentence. Whenever you are comfortable, let me know so that we can continue.
And second, as she is 29 week and breech, so should we like more talk about cesarean delivery, or we can think about normal delivery?
No, it's always about
Breech
both.
and
It's
term as well.
always, dear, it is always about both. Okay, it is always about. Okay, evidence does not support any. Hello.
Do we never to say this thing that this is a better option, or we should always say you have this option and that option? Or are we supposed to say no, this option is better than that?
I think this is the patient judgment. This is the patient judgment. You will give her whatever information is there. If it is really evidence-based, says that cesarean section is good, that if your evidence support, you can give that information. The evidence support that, okay? That with the cesarean section risk will be low to the baby, but what all risk will related to the mother will be there. So it is always her decision. You can't judge. You can't give her any direction.
Okay.
Hope it is clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dr. Jyoti,
Yeah, Dr. Sabiha, how are you?
how are you? Fine,
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
yeah.
I
Tell
missed
me.
actually, I didn't see that you started. I missed half of the
Start
session
to
anyway.
No worries, no worries. I'll post once this recording also in our group, this general group.
attend भी नहीं कर पाऊंगी.
Other people
Dr.
have
Jo-
to put themselves.
Dr. Jyoti,
Dr.
I have one
Sabia,
question.
Sabia, just wait. Let others mute
Ma'am.
themselves.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Rajni, just wait. Somebody else is also asking the question. Please
Okay.
mute yourself. Yeah, Sabia, go on.
Yeah, Dr. Jyoti, I have one question. In the NICE guideline, they mention that if it is breech after
Hmm.
26 weeks, consider for cesarean section.
That's what I said. That you will consider. You
Yeah,
will
yeah.
not offer.
And my question is that, like, for example, if a patient agreed for cesarean section, then how much per magnesium sulfate we will, maybe only the yani loading dose we will give, we will not be able to continue because till delivery we have to give this magnesium sulfate.
No, I have not got your question.
I am asking if, for example, patient is going for cesarean.
We give to
Yeah,
magnesium sulfate.
Only 4 gram, no?
yeah, loading dose. That is 4 gram.
Yes,
So
yes.
only loading dose we will give for cesarean section.
So usually, no. Usually 4 gram dose will be given, no, only.
Yes. That's
Huh?
my question.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think, Dr. Jyoti, I think we have to give it for 24 hours. Some loading followed by 1 gram every hour for 24 hours. Then we can deliver her after 24 hours. This is the
Yeah.
dose.
Yeah. Hinas, I think I'll confirm that and I'll post the this thing, reference.
No, Dr. Jati, from the NICE guideline, they mention it that if the patient is going, if the patient is in preterm labor, that is established labor. Yani patient is more than 4 centimeter, then you can give, not before that. And for cesarean, nothing is very clear. That is my confusion. Actually, I did not find any clear
See,
things for
magnesium
cesarean. If
sulfate, I'll tell.
somebody has something, yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Hinas, please for a second mute yourself because we are getting disturbances. So this is very clear. Whenever she is going in active labor, then only you will offer her even GBS prophylaxis. If she is like ready to deliver in next 24 hours, okay, next 24 hours, then only you will give the Maxelf and GBS prophylaxis.
Yes. And of course, for example, if the vaginal delivery, we are starting for an active labor, so it means that with the delivery of the baby, we have to stop this.
Yes.
And what about then preterm labor? For example, if we are planning for severe preeclampsia, so then
Whenever suppose in the next 24 hours, if you are planning for cesarean section, the magnesium sulfate should be given. That means before the delivery of the cesarean section, in the preceding 24 hours, this dose needs to be given.
Yeah. That's makes sense actually.
Yeah. Okay. Even for the GBS prophylaxis, it is same. If you are going to deliver this baby in next 24 hours, then only you will give the GBS prophylaxis.
Actually, GBS is different. GBS is only for vaginal delivery. Patient is in active labor, then for vaginal delivery you are giving GBS. But for cesarean you are not giving GBS. Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Jyoti.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Jyoti, what will we tell her that how much is the chance of having a problem if she go for normal vaginal delivery?
You just find out from the references, no, Dr. Aram, because the way I also can't be able to mention the figures.
Yeah, I think it was 40% chance of problems. I don't remember exactly.
Ma'am,
And nobody asked really because so much to tell you. They are not very much interested in your figure. How you make the patient safe, okay? How you are going to manage from this patient or this patient from this point onward. That is only they will ask, okay?
Ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am. Ma'am, just when you asked me that, okay, would it be a cesarean section or something like that, you asked me. So, like, because there's no clear-cut evidence, so how should I put
You
that
will say
in my
that.
word?
The way I said that you need to say that there is some evidence. What is the main problem? Head trapping. Okay, that is the
Yes.
main problem. Okay, so that you will test. Sometimes this may happen. Okay, and whenever that thing will come, we will definitely discuss. You are to tell her what are the pros and cons of vaginal delivery. You have to tell her what are the pros and cons of the cesarean section. And after all, it is her choice.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Fine then. Okay, let's see whenever I can do the next session. No, definitely I'll do. I'll request Dr. Mridula also. Okay. Fine, friends. Then thank you so much. It was nice to be with you all. Any specific this thing? Let me know. Okay. If any specific request
Thank you, ma'am.
and want to do for the any specific stations, let me know. Okay. Take care. Keep in touch of this thing. Your practice. That is very important. So you not very sure about the exam. Yeah. Fine. Take care.
Thank you.